Hi, people. Hello. Um, I did a cool thing, right? Or at least I think so. Y'all see the title. Y'all see it. Yeah. So, let's just jump into it, bro. It's a Steam Deck now. Uh, I am in desktop mode. That's the only reason why you guys are seeing this in the first place. OBS. So I learned a few things. One, OBS is actually a Linux native, not a Windows native software. So it actually works with Linux pretty fucking like solid, damn near flawless. Right. Damn, bruh. Okay, but it's a little different. This is so. I guess we could just do this. Um, yeah, this is OBS. This is what it looks like on Linux. Not too different from Windows. Right. Pretty similar. Down here you have your bitrate. On Windows it says megabytes per second, I'm pretty sure. On Linux it says kilobytes per second, which is neat, I guess. I mean, doesn't really make a difference to me. So long as you understand numbers and how these numbers work specific, you're good. Which basically this means like I'm floating around a little bit over 4,000 megabytes. That's what that means pretty much. But yeah, OBS works with the Steam Deck. You just have to be in desktop mode. And this is don't mind the Charlie video I was watching. The two Charlie videos I was watching. Yeah, so basically you go here, right? And then you click to re-image slash install Steam OS, right? Takes you here, in which case, or if you prefer, oh, that's cool. Um, but so pretty much click there, download the recovery image, right? And then you get a USB. In my case, I used this guy, my Hynix drive. It's the X31 Beetle, or Scarab, as I like to call it, because it looks like a golden scarab on the box. There is a case for it too that you can get that actually makes it look like a beetle. I'm sure that has heating issues, as this drive can get a little hot. I wouldn't say hot. I'd say warm. It can get a little warm. It's not necessarily hot. I'm kind of tripping for that, but it's a little warm. So I'm sure that causes a few cooling issues. The shell does great though. I feel like that's why it does get so warm. Um, this little shell is pretty good for dissipating the heat. I can't tell if it's plastic. No, that's metal. I hear a certain level of ring within that that is not along the index of glass. That is some sort of aluminum. Oh yeah, you tap the back, you hear it even more. I think it's because the front is curved and the back is flat. So, kind of makes sense. This would have the flat side would have a better resonating pattern versus the side that's actually curved, as the curvature of it makes it harder to send a shockwave through it. It's like trying to shake an arch. Really can't. You can try really hard, but that's the thing, is it's really hard. So, but yeah, I used this thing to install it. Formatted the drive, got everything off of it, and then I went in and etched it with Balena Etcher, which is right here, but it's listed for Mac OS. It does work with Windows. Perfectly fine, no issues. I use Balena, however you choose to say it. Yeah, I used Balena. Oh shit, y'all can't even see what I'm doing. Alright, look at this. Okay. So, you go here. You scroll down a little bit. And then it's right there. Reimage / install. Right? Click that. And then you prepare a drive. My personal recommendation is that you back up the drive onto something, or at least you back up what you want off of it onto something, and then you format it. NTFS, don't choose exFAT. exFAT cannot be booted from. exFAT will waste your time. Go NTFS. That's the only way that I would recommend you do it. Okay? No other kind of partition. It's set up to just work out the box with that. So, use it. I would. But, yeah. Basically for the Lenovo Legion Go, you're going to hold the power up, or not the power up, the volume up, and then the power button. At the same time, when you go to turn it back on, that's going to boot it into the bootloader. You go into settings, and then scroll down to the tab that says security, and then secure boot should be at the top, but if it's not, scroll down a little bit. You should see it. But normally it's at the top. Use a USB-C adapter or hub to plug the boot disk in. The reason why they say that is because flash drive, right? USB key. I still used my dock. I have a Ugreen. I have a Ugreen base or dock, and then I have which I can kind of show you guys here. Don't mind me being shirtless, but don't look at my bed, it's messy right now. I don't know if y'all saw any of that, but yeah, basically I have a fucking little giant ass dongle thing, if you will, that I can just plug a bunch of shit into. It's got 2 USB ports, 2 USB-Cs, or 3 technically. One of them's a power port though. 2 of them are for data. So you get a nice split between the USB ports. But on top of that, I also have a another set of SD card readers. There's the full size, and then there's micro SD. which is nice because this computer has been known to absolutely cook the ever-living Christ out of fucking SD cards. Mind you, this base also kind of does the same thing, but it's better with it. It doesn't do it as quick, and if you give the card enough time to cool down and rest in between large file transfers, you're fine. I would not install this with a fucking SD card, though. I tried to. Don't get me wrong, I tried to. I was going to. Just to see if it would work. Which I know it would. It's just not the preferred method, and like I've said, you can't really trust this computer with shit like that, and so, you know. But, so if you have a Lenovo Legion Go, this shit was, I believe, $64 when I got it off of Amazon. It's the SK Hynix Beetle X31 portable SSD. And it's made in the same place where all the good computer parts come from, Malaysia. I don't think I've ever had, issues entirely with a part that came straight out of Malaysia. They tend to work pretty good. But as far as I know, I've only had a couple issues with this drive before, and I think it was just user error. Yep. User error. When I first got it, I had like some connection issues to it. I thought I bricked it, but it turns out that the cable might not have been plugged in all the way. So that totally could have been my bad. But that's like the only time that I've had an issue with it. But in the boot manager, EFI USB device, or the device of your choosing, specifically mine showed up as its name, Hynix X31 Beetle. Right? So, you choose your device. Yeah. Let it do its thing. Mine didn't exactly go dark while it was booting. Mine had a whole command prompt show up and then stay there for like 30 minutes. Not 30 minutes, it was more like 5. I'm not gonna lie. The shit installed so quick, too. To which, let's get into that. So, when it comes to basic performance and shit like that, it's great. Honestly, can't complain. So you guys can see my controls. This is just kind of like regular Steam big picture, but it's on Linux. It's what SteamOS is built off of. So it's no different than what I'm opening in normal mode. It's just now I have the usage of my entire desktop to go along with it. So that's cool. You have access to the controllers and keyboard and mouse. I tested that earlier too, because I wanted to see if that's actually how it works, and yes, I'm not gonna lie, I was getting a little griped when it was just in SteamDeck mode, and I couldn't like use mouse and keyboard, but now I understand the purpose of that. You put it in a desktop mode when you're at a desk and have a keyboard and mouse. Put it in handheld mode, or I think it's called gaming mode. Yeah, it's called gaming mode. Basically, this shit just kind of like doesn't give a fuck that it's not really a Steam device either. This thing will crank. Of course, with some help, you see I have the Legion Go remapper. These are my dudes that I get. This is pretty much essential, because if not, the menus and shit like that on Steam will kind of bug out when the game has a background behind it. So this fixes all of that shit and actually gives the game a nice little background over here, as you can see. And yes, I do have GOTY, Enshrouded, Rivals, and Warframe all installed. Warframe and Borderlands, or no, Warframe and Enshrouded are pretty much the only two that I have tested. I haven't tested Borderlands. I did download these guys. I couldn't get them to work, but I understand that they require different packages to be able to run, because they're missing certain things that Windows usually had. And so in order to simulate that, you can kind of trick the game into thinking that it's on a Windows PC. But yeah, I played this, which, if you guys know or remember from earlier streams, recordings on this channel and whatnot, that game ran like ass. That game ran like dog shit. It's not the game's fault entirely. My device also just cannot take that game very well. Until now. It runs like a gem, looks like a beauty, and it's fucking amazing. I like it. It's like having a more survival aspect Breath of the Wild. That's about mushrooms. It's 1:27 right now. I'm getting a little tired. 1:27 a.m. But yeah, this runs great. This runs great in higher settings than I could run it in on Windows. In order to get it functioning any semblance of like decent, I had to turn all of the graphics down to their bare minimum, right? Let's just go ahead and launch this real quick, which it also does think that my device is a Legion Go S. So you have all of the same functionality of a Legion Go S. Or a Legion Go 2S, I should say. But yeah, look at this. Look at these guys. Just take it in with me. Right? Turn my sound down. I don't know if that affects you guys too, but let's just go ahead and show you the performance and how this game looks, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you guys really benefit from seeing it. All right, look, right, and we got controller, right? But then we also got this. Look at that. Wow. All right. So let's go ahead and. What? Won't do it. Lame. Got a little bit of dust on my LED ring. That's gonna bother the shit out of me if it doesn't come out. Yeah, that's gonna bother the shit out of me now. But you guys see the game. You guys see this shit. Look at it. It's gorgeous. It's fucking beautiful. Is your name Oswald? Oh. That's what we use runes for. Okay. Yeah. We basically have Andre now.
Better to be the
Whoa.
than the anvil.
Okay. Major pause. Anyways. How do I swap my... You know what, fuck it. Got the controller anyways. Don't need it. Okay. But yeah. Look at this shit, bro. Like, we're getting at least 45 frames in this. You know, I'm sure you guys can't tell on your screens, because I do have OBS set to record at like 30 FPS or some shit. But like let's go over here. Let's go up into the house. This is more like 30 something. Nah, that was definitely near 60. I'm tripping. Or like 45 at least. Near 45 at least. But yeah. Ugh. Right now I'm just like throwing torches down on the ground and then using those as my my light source. So that's fun. Oh, I just walked out of my window. But yeah. That's kind of funny. You can just pop out the window. Got a workbench. Right. I can make the glider. That's cool. But I got a little stove, the oven. And then this is yeah. Ugh, fuck off. Goddamn yawns. Yeah, this is Oswald's room. As I get more NPCs, I'm gonna add on to this. So, this is not the final shape of the house. This is just the start. Oswald's gonna have a fucking second floor over here. It's gonna go up into the main, you know, contraption type shit. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be lit. Woo. But, yeah, this game did not look this nice, nor run nearly as well. Nearly. Not at all. Like, it's complete. Bro. You know, and I'm not playing on, like, crazy high settings either. This is just, like... performance with, like... small foliage is set to performance instead of max performance. But it's basically what it is. It's just max performance. I just turned up the grass a little bit, made it look real good, you know. I'll play this, but if there ain't no grass, bro, it just looks weird. It's like trying to be Breath of the Wild a little too much at that point. I got this hatchet, bro. Dude, I totally thought Oswald was like a random dude right there, and was totally gonna just like run over and book the shit out of him. Yeah. But yeah. So that's this game. Then, year Warframe. So Warframe was actually the first game that I put on here. Works great. All of the functionality is there. In fact, with the back paddles, the little back buttons, and the just varying different buttons that are on this device. There's like so many. You can definitely customize all of them, and it's really fucking nice. And on top of that, Warframe will recognize them and set its own key bindings too, which I think is badass. I think that's fucking great. But Warframe functions around 45 to 48 FPS on the current settings that I have, but I also do have a frame limiter. It's just 45 FPS is like all I really need, all I want. It's great performance for also saving in power and resources, so I can use more resources in other areas and shit like that. Pretty cool. I do have a custom clock, speed, and all that shit. So 25, and then that's half range too. So about equal. You can turn this thing down to halfway, and like I can set this to 15 watts, and then set this down to like right here, and we'll still be doing good in a lot of different games. We're gonna have to turn down the settings and shit like that. Yeah, sure, but fuck it. But hold on, let me show you this too. So Playtime is a plugin that allows you to track your shit. Then there's a Legion Go Remapper. So you got all this. Yeah. But yeah, you get the remaps. Told y'all, you get to do that shit. I'm guessing one of these is this side controller button right here. Normally that would be my mouse 1 or mouse 2. This one right here. I think one of these is registering as one of these because I only have 2 back paddles on each controller. But on one controller, I have a third button to just use for anything. So I think that's what that's seeing right there. I think that's what that's doing. But if you get this plugin to work fully, that's fucking interesting. It gives you a warning. I never read that before. Fascinating. Anyways, there is a way to control like fan speeds and shit like that. I do want everybody out there to know this because one thing that I want y'all to understand, this fan is going to be kicking all the fucking time if you have SteamOS on it. SteamOS does not have onboard support for the Lenovo Legion Go regulars. The Lego one doesn't have support for this device officially. Basically, everything that you're doing is based off of the newest, which is based off of this. So that's why this works, and the only reason why it works. But there is a way to get the fans working the way they're supposed to, moving the way they're supposed to, and shit like that. You can have fan curves and shit like that on it. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't really mind the fact that the fan is kicking all the time because that just kind of ensures that I get guaranteed cooling all the time. It's always at its max. and it's using the built-in like fan curve shit. So it just chose the max one. Just put it right up on that bitch. I can't be mad at that. If you really think about it, I can't really be mad about it because it's actually doing what it's supposed to be doing and it's guaranteeing that it does it. It isn't till I start getting very hot with both my GPUs, or my GPU and my CPU. It isn't till then that I start like it's at that point that I start experiencing issues like thermal throttling or games not running right or having a little bit of an FPS dip, right? If I'm pushing the device too hard, she's now hurting. That makes sense. But she's not being pushed by this software. If you have her in like a nice range, like I like to use these settings for just about every game that I run on this thing, just because it's that good. It really is. It's that good. This is like basically the requirement to play just about anything that you want to play on this. Mind you, some games don't work. Some work really well with this. And it's not lying. It is not lying. Warframe gets great FPS. Cannot complain with that game. That was the game that I worked out all of the bugs, or not the bugs, but the kinks with when it comes to the TDP and shit like that, because Warframe is very, very hard to run in a certain kind of aspect. You need decent parts, both CPU and GPU, and a pretty good amount of RAM to be able to run this game efficiently and have it be genuinely playable without many hiccups. You know what I'm saying? I still get a hiccup every once in a while, but it's nice and it's fluid. It feels good to play. Even better than Windows. To which I also want to make everybody aware of this, okay? Be aware, okay? My child. Steam OS only takes up, get this, right? Hold on, you know what? I'm gonna let y'all guess. Right? You got that number in your head? It's 50 gigs. 55 to be exact. Brother, Windows takes up 100 and some change. And I still get a Windows like. I don't need console open. What the fuck is that open? I can still get a console like experience while also having this desktop experience. This is a very much Windows like UI. I mean, just look at when I like that's basically identical. That's basically identical. Everything translates. It all works good type shit. Mozilla comes with it. Mozilla comes installed. You get a store, get a file browser. I'm actually gonna move this over here. Yep, yep, yeah, that looks right. That's right. But I have a. Oh shit, that's a fucking box. That's a little box too. Yeah, let's put that something like that. Do a little something like this, Yurt. But Mozilla comes with it. pre-installed, everything like that. And then this store is actually how I installed OBS. Right. Pretty cool. Pretty fucking cool. But, yeah. Awesome shit. Wow. Ooh. I actually used that. I use this. Is this Linux native too? Hold on. See this. I believe GIMP is Linux native. Lists Linux as the first one. I don't, could just be because we're on the Linux store, but hmm. Yeah, it's basically just like free Photoshop too. Uh, pretty gas. Pretty gas. This little alien guy over here. Fucking observant. Anyways, uh, update. UEFI DBX. Update. Hello? Oh shit. Cool. Dope shit. But yeah. These are literally the only two apps that I have besides Steam and all of its games. So with with Mozilla, I just went and I got AdGuard. I've used AdGuard before in the past and also highly recommended. So I would highly recommend it to you guys as well. Short, simple, to the point. Does it pretty goddamn well. Yes, it also does have mobile device support, so you get it on Android, which, might I say, both of these are actually basically brother and sister. Mac OS and Linux OSs are like, imagine Linux, like the whole of it being like a sister, and then that sister has like a bunch of kids, and that's what like Arch Linux, Debian, Ubuntu, all of these other dudes come from, right? That's where all of those guys come in, right? But as far as it goes, just Linux itself and Unix, they are related. In fact, they came from the same original kernel. All Steve Jobs did was just make Linux look different and kind of act different and take a different file system. That's all he did. He didn't really change much. Shit still runs off of fucking commands. Yeah. So, just a little bit of food for thought, I guess. Yeah, no. You get like a whole computer still. Like that's what I was kind of worried about doing this. Before I did this, I did a lot of research because I didn't just do this on a whim. I was getting tired with Windows's everything. Its performance, its bogging, the fucking UIs that I had to go through just to like adjust my TDP settings. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Legion Space is cool. It's the best daemon for the device because it comes with the device, so it's got natural support for it. It was literally made for it. It sucks, though. It can lag out your PC when you're just trying to do a simple fucking task. Sometimes it won't even pull up the right fucking menu, so then you're just sitting there mashing keys until something comes up. And then at that point, you're just frustrated as shit using the whole PC. I haven't had a single fucking issue, realistically. Everything I've done, if it doesn't work at all, then it works pretty damn well. That's there's no like actual in between, and I'm fine with that because it's the in betweens that get me pissed off when something will install but not work. At least in this case, if it don't work, it won't even fucking install it. It literally says no files could be changed or created during this time due to, and then whatever error it has, you know? It's not like I downloaded a fucking game off Steam, like COD, for example. COD does not work on the fucking Lenovo Legion Go. I've got a few theories on why, but they could at least tell you that. I can't get it to run at all whenever I have it on the regular ass Windows software. I can probably guarantee you that like if I had it, if it worked, it'd probably work flawless with this shit. If I wanted to play it, I could probably play it. But I don't want to play games that spy on me and do a bunch of other weird shit, like watch my webcam and fucking create bots out of how I play the game entirely, which I feel like should be a likeness issue, and you should be able to take that to court. I feel like that is how that should be, because you are literally using somebody's way of playing the game. Fortnite's also guilty of this too. You are taking the way that that player plays that game. If you think about it, that's exactly like taking a Da Vinci and then, like in my case, calling it a Jacob, you know? I didn't do shit. I just copied it, you know? But back to the main points though. Back to the main points cuz I'm getting off topic. This works great. This works fucking great. And I'm actually excited to see what else it can do cuz it makes for an excellent personal gaming environment, and then when I want to do shit like this, I just kick it up into the fucking desktop mode. We got desktop mode right there. But yeah, I can't explain to you guys how good this shit feels. It just feels that great. It's damn near flawless. The performance that you get out of it, 2 to 3 times better. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. I put money on it. 2 to 3 times. It's that good. It does that well. Isn't Mortal Shell getting a new game? I could have sworn it was. This is basically like a another Dark Souls, but like kind of harder because the playstyle of it is weird. You harden your body to block. You have two bodies. You have your weak, frail little pale man form. Your like hollowed form, I guess. And then you have your actual like body that you're inhabiting in that moment. And you can exit that body, joint. You're going to a different one. They've got different types of bodies. They all do different shit. They've got different abilities, different weapons that they use, whatnot. You know, pretty cool. Pretty cool gas ass game. We might play that later. Yeah. Y'all saw the performance. Y'all saw how it's done, how you even get it on it in the first place, which, again, it's real easy. You just look up SteamOS install, click SteamOS recovery and installation, right? Reimage / install SteamOS, right? And then you just follow this whole guide. Very simple, very easy. It even left me with a sense of like, damn, it it's done. That's all. Like that's all I had to do. Now I can just turn it on, open up, sign in. Yes, you can. Mind you, the controls for the controller are not going to work until you actually get the device set up. So, but for all of that, you can pretty much use touch screen. Doesn't matter. Uh, yeah. Oh yeah. So there's this too. There's this little guide. So let me scroll all the way up here. Install SteamOS on other devices, right? So basically, you do all this. It's called Novo button menu. I didn't know that. I have a Novo right here. Literally, it's what it is, the Novo Master. And then I have two other Novos right next to me. I have this one, and then I have a red one that I don't feel like looking for right now. Oh, I moved the bag of chips, and it's right here. But yeah, there's another Novo too. It's kind of funny. But yeah, do this, and then you come over here. Right? Pretty simple. Uh, it's literally you just hold up the power or the volume up, and then the power button. When it's off, you do that to turn it on, and then boot into whatever you want to do. You're gonna do that, and then in the, I guess, Novo button menu, you pick the BIOS setup, go to more settings, tap security, under secure boot, pick disabled, exit with your exit saving changes, and then yeah, come over here to all this shit. Pretty gas. Pretty gas. Yeah. I get basically a Windows computer and a gaming computer in one. Like that's pretty much how it feels. And like yeah, I got it before too. Don't get me wrong. What this device is, but the way that it feels is so much better. And I'm not gonna lie, I just love the interface, bro. Like you can literally like, I just put the fucking window in the top corner of my screen. And then I got OBS to the side, and I'm just looking at both. Like, look. All right, zoom out, type shit. Here. But, yeah, controls are great. Controls feel great. This whole device feels great now. I'm pretty happy with it. But yeah. That is how I turned my Lenovo Legion Go into a Steam Deck, as well as all of its performance that I have seen with my own eyes. You know, it's all of that right there. A nice little shiny box for you. So, if anybody has any questions about this, feel free to comment them. I'll help with anything that I can. Uh, I'm no Einstein, but I know a thing or two about computers, so happy to assist. This shit, probably one of the best decisions I've ever made with this computer. Instead of getting rid of, like, for example, Legion Space, the daemon, instead of getting rid of that and then putting, like, handheld manager on it or whatever it's called, just do this. You get a lot of the functionality of that with all of the functionality of Steam. It's a win-win, and you get extra goodies. Fucking frame gen. We got vibrant deck, so this fucks with the screen. Normally I have it off, but with some games I do like to have it on there. Just makes the colors pop that much more. Uh, shit. Legion Go don't really tell you shit like this. Not at all. This right here is, no, it's what's up. This is pretty gas. I can keep track of everything that I play and stuff like that. I can see, like, what I've been doing. It's just cool. I like it. I like that. This is a must. This is a must have. This is a must have. This is questionable. Not really needed. I'd say essential. It fixes, the CSS loader fixes a lot of Steam's issues when it comes right out the box. I will say that. If you leave your cursor on a video game, so, like, for example, let's just go home, right? If I did this and I just left it like that, this whole corner over here, this whole corner right here would be glitching the fuck out and, like, hurting your eyeballs. This way, it does not do that, and it loads an actual proper background for the game, as it should, because it's supposed to, you know? I think it just reads everything in fucking Steam like that. Oh, nope. We got these guys. There's no way Century Age of Ashes doesn't have fucking Steam Deck support. That shit's such a hot game, bro. Worst waste of $14 I've ever made. Bought that shit just to have it come out fucking free years later. But should be verified only. Yeah, okay, so that's about the same list. Yeah. 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 All right, boys. I'm gonna head out. I hope y'all find this very entertaining and very informative. Uh, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time to enjoy this. And yeah, if you made it to the end, thank you. Gang shit, bro. Dope shit. Trying to trying to actually take this shit a little bit more serious type shit, cuz I really do love streaming and I do this shit all the time. So, if y'all see a bunch of videos on my YouTube just start disappearing and shit like that, don't mind it. But that just means I'm going to make better ones. Right. We got a few series we can reboot. Uh TTW is going to have to wait till I can find a way of making it work on this. Right. Kind of fucked up right there with that, but you know, I'm human, so whatever. But yeah.